What is up, you guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So we're talking transfer rumours at the moment, and of course we do know our woes at right back at the moment. Essentially, we don't have a first team right back. We've seen Lichtsteiner, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, as well as the likes of Carl Jenkinson providing cover in the absence of Hector Bellerin through to injury. So as well, no, Hector Bellerin suffered a long-term injury to his knee. He is currently on the mend, and we're just waiting on news on when he will be returning to the first team. At times as well, just going back to who's provided cover in that particular position, we have seen Mustafi in games providing cover in that particular role. Never too confident seeing Mustafi playing it right back as it is. I'm never really too comfortable either watching him playing at centre back, but we've had to make do with what we have, with the resources that we've had available to us in that particular role. But one player that's been linked with Arsenal, of course this is just a link, this is just a rumour, is Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who currently plays for Crystal Palace, and he's a fantastic young bright talent. So of course he's English, born in Croydon of course, so obviously he plays for his local club, if you want to call it that, in the form of Crystal Palace, and he's performed absolutely well this season. He's made 25 appearances so far this season for Crystal Palace. In total he has made 32 appearances. So last season, at the tail end of last season, he sort of started to come into the team, made 7 appearances, but so far this season he's been absolutely magnificent. One of the best young right backs in the league, of course, this season, and he has been linked with a move to Arsenal for £40 million, which is a lot of money for a young player, of course, but there's that unspoken clause that's included in that particular fee, I do believe, which is the fact that he is English, and that obviously plays part in the fee that's being reported. And knowing the Palace hierarchy, how they like to conduct business, Steve Parish and co, they will most likely want to outprice teams out of signing this particular young player. He's an exciting young right back. So for example, what I mean by Steve Parish and co wanting to outprice people and actually getting this player, when Wilfried Zaha was linked with different teams, they obviously put £100 million price tag on him, which obviously deterred a lot of teams from actually going in and trying to actually pursue the player. Of course, he ended up signing a new contract. You could also argue that was a ploy by the player to actually try and get a new contract in. But I do believe Palace will actually try and outprice teams from signing the player. £40 million is a lot of money for a 21-year-old. Of course, he's proven in the Premier League. He's played pretty much a whole season now, and as mentioned, he's made 25 appearances. I've got some numbers from him, really. So we're going to look at some of his defensive numbers in stats, which make of good reading, of course. But let's bear in mind, he's only still 21. He's got a long way to go in terms of development. So in defence, really, he's made 125 tackles. This is during his 32 appearances that he has made for Crystal Palace. His tackle success rate is actually at 67%, which is a very good number, which means more than half the time he goes in for tackle, he's winning a tackle, and which is what you ask for from a defender. One of his standout performances this season was when Palace beat Manchester City, who are obviously the reigning champions, 3-2, and that was an unseen, or you wouldn't have predicted that Palace would have gone ahead and actually taken a result from Man City, but he was one of their standout performers. A lot of people from that particular point onwards were raving about Wan-Bissaka. Of course, so as mentioned, his tackle success rate is at 67%. He's made 74 interceptions within that particular time during those 32 appearances, so which is averaging over 0.5 per game interceptions. He's made 113 clearances during that whole time, so which is a decent number of clearances. Of course, it's a lot of clearances. He's not blessed with height, of course. He's made 51 headed clearances during that time. Another decent stat that I wanted to mention would be the duels that he's won. He's won 240 duels in 32 appearances, so that also makes of good reading in my opinion. And of course, we will look at his discipline record, as you can see from the actual image on the screen as well. He's picked up 5 yellow cards within those 32 appearances for Crystal Palace, and that basically averages roughly about a card per 6 games, which is good discipline. record in my opinion. Picked up 1 red card during that duration, and these stats are only based in the Premier League. I do believe he's made about 3 appearances in the Carabao Cup as well for Crystal Palace, and he's committed 19 fouls, which is a very, very small number of fouls during his time. So again, impressive stats, and he's only been caught offside once. Obviously, as a right back, you're going to be running in behind players on the touch, trying to get into space to receive the ball and obviously end up crossing it. And in most cases, a right back does find themselves offside, or left back that is. With the modern way that football is played, these players are very vital in terms of actually getting beyond the back line and trying to get crosses in. But he's only had 1 offside in 32 appearances, which is good in my opinion. So he's a promising young talent. He has represented England at the younger levels of the national team. So extremely promising. Will we get him in? That is the question. Do we need reinforcements at right back? Yes. And another reason I believe so is Hector Bellerin, in my opinion, has become comfortable in that particular position. Yes, he's a decent player. However, he has no competition in that particular position. He will know that he will play week in, week out. Good or bad performances, in my opinion, he will still get picked for the team. Of course, this season we've seen a massive improvement up until he got injured, but he needs to face a little bit of competition in that particular position. And Wan-Bissaka, I do believe, if we can complete this move, will be a player that can provide that depth and that competition that is required in that particular position in the team. Of course, there are other positions that we need to recruit for, namely the centre-back positions. We may need to bring in 1 body to actually cover within that centre-back position. However, at right back, yes, competition is definitely needed. But as usual, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.